Hello, welcome to Ekidel, where we train future civil and structural engineers. My name is 𝔼𝕟𝕚𝕚𝕚. Today we want to talk about the important part of design, which is called hinging. So what do you mean by hinging? So I'm going to be explaining in this video and when and how to apply it. Is that okay? So at times you discover that many people have been asking questions on hinging. Some are getting confused. Some are asking, how do you apply hinging during construction? And some are also asking, how do you apply hinging in a ProtaStructure? Now, all of this, I'm going to clarify them in this particular video. So sit tight and let's work and let's do it together. Is that okay? When do we apply it? Is it at the construction site during the execution of the project or during design? And if it's during construction, how do you apply it? And if it's during the design, how do you apply your hinge on all those parts? Is that okay? So first of all, let's know the meaning of a hinge. When you start talk of hinging, is a connection that allows rotation at a member end while preventing the transfer of bending moment through that connection. So can you see it now? So you get what I'm saying now. I'm taking it again, that when you talk of a hinging, what does it mean? It's a connection that allows rotation at a member end while preventing the transfer of bending moment through that connection. So that is the meaning of a hinge. So therefore, having giving you the meaning of hinge, then how do you now go ahead and apply? But first of all, before we apply, I want to say, for those who have been saying that how do they apply it at site and how do they apply it in the software, all of this, as I said, I'm going to clarify it. Is that okay? So before you forget, I want to say at this junction, try your best to like this video and also subscribe if this is your first time. Is that okay? And don't also forget to know that we have what we call a Ekidel group, whereby different structural engineers have come together to see that yes, we help one another to solve each other's challenge. Is that okay? So if you have a challenge at site, you can put on that particular group, and before you know it, as many that are online will quickly respond to help you solve that that particular challenge. And if you are the one that knows the solution, why not? That's why you're in that group, to also contribute your own part to see that yes, we grow together. Is that okay? All right, that is fine. Now, also, I want to say, when you click on subscribe button, definitely each time we release a video, you'll be notified by YouTube. Definitely you will see a drop on your phone that we have posted a video, which will allow you to watch. Is that okay? To watch, because in the course of watching one of our videos, you discover, you learn one or two things. Is that okay? New things. Is that okay? There are some parts you might have known, but in the course of watching it, there are some understanding you will now get more. Understand? So that is why it's very important for you to do to subscribe. Is that okay? And please, knowing that you subscribing does not involve any money. Is that okay? Some will say, I don't have money, that's why I do not subscribe. No, there's a subscribe button. As you are watching this video, there's a subscribe button. You just click on subscribe, then it will give you that notification bell. Click on that notification bell, and once you have done that, that is all. Is that okay? It requires no money, no penny. Is that okay? All right, that is it. That is that. Now, the first one, let me first of all answer the first question. The first question, they are saying that, how do we apply hinge on our beam during construction? Now, note that during construction, all we are meant to do is to execute what's on the drawing. You have no business on hinging during construction. During construction, what the structural engineers have given you is what you are going to be executing at site. For example, if you look at this particular place, if you look at this particular beam now, don't come and say, okay, because in your drawing given to you to execute, you are having a 2y16 at the top of this beam and 3y16 at the bottom of this beam. And getting to site, you are now saying, how do you now apply your hinging to now know either you are going to have a 3y16 and 4y16 at the bottom? No, you have no business with that. If in your drawing, what you are having here on this beam is 2y16 top and 3y16 at the bottom, all you need to do is just to provide the same number of reinforcements you are seeing there on that particular beam label. Is that okay? And if this one is what, 2y16 top, 2y16 bottom, why not? You are going to use 2y16 top, 2y16 bottom. You have no business with anything called hinging during construction. Is that okay? The hinging is done during design. I hope that is clear now. When it comes to hinging, you hinge during design, not during construction. So you have no business with that. That is that. The first question now is, then first of all, why do we use hinge? Why do we hinge our beam? Is that okay? Why do we hinge our beam? So number one is that to represent actual structural behavior. Some connection in real structure are designed to carry only axial forces and shear, not moment. Do you get it now? So some points, some of your member are meant to carry axial forces and shear, not moment. So in such a situation, definitely, or in such scenario, or in that particular place, hinging is very key. Is that okay? Like all this pin connection in trusses and some steel connection. Now number two, why we hinge is to reduce bending moment. When a hinge is introduced, when we introduce a hinge, the moment at that hinged end becomes 0. This is the point now, which I believe we all remember that. During our manual design, beam end condition, for example, at this point now, if you look onto the plan view, you can see this is the end condition. If you look at this beam now, this is the end condition. Is that okay? And when you are drawing our bending moment diagram, what do? We do our bending moment diagram. Our bending moment starts from here like this. Yeah, you can watch. Can you see? It goes like this, which means that at this point, what's happening is 0. This place is what? Is 0. Are we together? So it's 0. But there are some places that the bending, if you draw your bending diagram, discover that it's not what? It's not 0. So at those points, you don't hinge those places. Is that okay? Those places where the moment is not 0, you are not going to hinge it. Because if you hinge it, it's very, very dangerous. That's why this class is very important, so that you know when to hinge, where to hinge, and when not to hinge. Is that okay? So that is that. So as I have said, that the moment at that hinged end become what? Becomes 0. So if you have the knowledge of manual design, it really help a lot. Is that okay? So that is that. So type of hinge commonly used in what? In ProtaStructure. Now let's look at the type of hinge that is commonly used in what? In ProtaStructure. Moment release, that's number one, and also pin end, and partial release. Is that okay? These are the types of hinges. Is that okay? Commonly used in what? In a ProtaStructure. So haven't explained all of this now. Haven't told you where to hinge. Is it during construction or during design? I've explained that during construction you have no business with what? With hinging. So but during the design, that's where hinging comes. Is that okay? So now, where do you now hinge? That's the question. Where do you now hinge? From the first statement I made, my second point was that to reduce bending moment. And I further explained that when a hinge is introduced, please take note of that. When a hinge is introduced to any joint or at any joint, what does that mean? Moment at that hinged end becomes 0. Is that okay? So the software will now know that this particular place has been hinged. Now the reinforcement in that place definitely is also reduce the number of reinforcement. Is that okay? So now let's now go there. Now to now hinge this place now, for example, as we have said, we are talking about beam end condition. If you look at this particular beam, for example, if you look at this particular beam now, which beam is this? Let's look at it. Beam 5, story 1 beam 5, isn't it? Story 1 beam 5. If you look at this story 1 beam 5 now, if I click on it, it has I and J. Am I correct? So you can see we have J and we have the I. But if you look at the J side, what do we have? The beam, this particular beam is what? Is ending on this column. Can you see? As it's coming from here like this, coming to this place now, it ends here. there's no continuation. So at this point now, this is what a beam end condition at J, not at I, because if you look at I, this beam after it stop here, there's another continuation of this beam. There's another beam continuing. Is that okay? So which means that if you are to draw this this particular moment diagram of this, for example, let me I haven't explained that. Let me also use this one so that I'll be able to show you the shape of our moment diagram. Now if you look at, let me take this one as example again. Is that okay? If you look at this particular one now, this beam story 1 beam 20, if you look at it very well, at I, can you see the I? You can see that we have the J on this side. At I, you can see this beam as it's coming like this, it stops on this particular column. There's no continuation of beam. Is that okay? So this particular one now becomes the what? The beam end condition. And we said, based on the principle that beam end condition is what? Is equals to what? 0. Is that okay? And since it's 0, it then means there's no moment. And that's why if you now come to this place now, if you now look at J side, if you look at J side, you can now see that at J side, this beam, you can see resting on this column and also continue. There's another beam continue from this place, which is a beam 21, and also continue beam what? Beam 19, etc. So if you have to draw the bending moment of this place now, definitely our moment will start from here, from this point here. Is that okay? From this point, come like this, come like this, come like this, and then go like this. Can you see? You can see my cursor going like this, come like this. Can you see? Like this, and also going like this. At this point like this, can you see? Can you see this top? Can you see the shape of our bending moment, how it's going? And this one now comes and end here. Can you see it now? So now at this point now that we have this what do you call it? This moment around this place. Is that okay? This particular moment here. So definitely at this point, because this beam is continuing, we cannot put what? We cannot hinge it because there's a moment here. Hugging moment. Yes, thank you. I remember now. Hugging moment. Is that okay? Hugging moment. There's a hugging moment. There is a moment that is hugging around this place. Can you see it now? Around this place. So that's why if you look at our bending moment diagram, that idea or knowledge of your bending moment diagram will also help you a lot. Can you see it now? So as it goes up like this, can you see now? There's a hugging moment. So this moment on this place now, there's need for reinforcement what? To tackle it, to handle it. So on that point now, you cannot hinge this place because there's what? A hugging moment around this place. Is that okay? So that is that. So now how do I now apply my hinge? So we are going to be doing that in this video, which we are starting now. So if I start from here now, from this point now, this is I, this is J, or let's start from up. This is beam 17. So you can see I and J, there's a continuation here. Sorry, there's no continuation here. This is the end. Is that okay? This is the end. This is a primary beam. Am I correct? This one is a primary beam carrying this particular secondary beam at this point. That's at J. At J, this becomes a secondary beam to this one because it's this one that is carrying this one. So this is the primary beam and this is secondary beam. So that is that. So if I start from up now, if you look at this place also, that's 21 beam 1. So if you look at it at I, there's no continuation of this beam. At J, there's no continuation of this beam. So how do I now apply my hinge on this? I'll click on this, then right click, and then come here. Come to what do you call it? Come to this update beam end condition. Can you see? Update beam end condition. Can you now see? No hinge. Both end hinged. Hinge at left end, which is I. Hinge at right end, which is J. So now you have to know what you are doing. But if you look at the condition of this one, we are hinging in both sides. So it's going to be what? Both end hinged. I'll click on it. Then it's asking a question. Apply to selected beam. Apply to all beam in the story. Apply to all beam in the model. No. You cannot apply to all the beam in the model because there are some places that are not meant to be hinged. I hope that is clear. I said you cannot apply to all model in the beam because there are some places that are not meant to be hinged. And also if you look at this one, apply to all beam in the story. Like this we are in what? In story 1. If you look at this place now, we are in what? In story 1. So if you do that, it means that you are applying to all the beams in this story, which is not a true meaning of what we are meant to do when it comes to hinging. Is that okay? So our answer now is now what? Apply to selected beam. Can you see it now? We are applying to which beam have we selected? Story 1, beam 1. That's what you have selected. Now click on what? On apply to this. Yes, because I've analyzed before, it's going to tell me, it's telling me that what is, so it will going to invalidate my analysis, which is okay. I'll click on yes, you should continue. Is that okay? Let's wait for it. Correct. Let me now click outside. Can you see it now? You can now see there's a bulb in form of a bulb. Can you see this bulb? This means what? This particular beam have been hinged on this side, and if you also look at it means that this particular beam have also been hinged on this side. Is that clear? So that is fine. So if you also look at this one now, this primary beam, so I always advise anything that has to do with a primary beam, a major beam, don't hinge that place. Is that okay? That's my own advice. If not, if you have to go by condition, definitely you can hinge this place. Is that okay? This is condition. Can you see this place? Can you see? If you are to hinge this one now, we are going to hinge this particular beam at J, which is here, but at I we can't hinge it. Is that okay? So that is that. So but this one now, click on this one now. Click on this. I can hinge this one because in this place now there's no continuation. Is that okay? I can also hinge this particular one. I'll click on it, right click, and then I'll use a both end. Is that okay? Both end hinge. Click on it, then apply to the selected beam. Can you see it now? So and then come here again. Click on this one. If you look at this particular one, so we are only going to hinge at J, not at I. So I'll click on this, then come to beam end condition, update beam end condition, and click on what? Where is it? Is it at I? Sorry, okay, at J. So right click, come to beam end condition and click on J. Can you see this is J? Click on it and then apply to it. Click somewhere else. Can you see? So this beam now have been hinged here, and this place have also been hinged here. So in this case now, your number of is also reduced number of reinforcement. Is that okay? Because if you don't hinge it, that means there's a moment, and there will be required, there will be need for what? For you to provide reinforcement to take care of that moment. Is that okay? That is fine. So now coming to this one now, this one also, if you look at this one, this both end. If you also look at this one now, if you look at this particular beam, this beam 22/1. On I side, no continuation. On J side, no continuation. Likewise, on this other side, isn't it? Looking at this place, this one again, no continuation, no continuation. So I'll select both, click on the first one, and then press my control key to select this one. Then right click, and then come to condition, and then click on both end condition hinged. I'll click on apply. Then click somewhere else. Can you see hinged? This one hinged. This one hinged, this one hinged, at once this one hinged. So you can select those ones that are needed to be hinged. For example, both end. And if you know those ones that are for I, you can select them and then hinge them at once. Is that okay? So that is fine. Having done that now, coming to this particular beam now, you discover that for this particular beam, we did not hinge it at J. And for this particular beam also, we are not hinging at I and J, isn't it? And for this one also, we are not hinging at what? At I. Why? Because it's a continuous what? It's a continuous beam, isn't it? So that is fine. Now coming to this place now, in this case now, I have to hinge this place. Can you see? I can hinge this one, I. Let me click on this. Okay, can you see? I is on this side, and this one is also I. So I can now select these two. Since both of them are I, I'm hinging at I, and this one is also on I. So I'll click on this one, press my control key, click on this one, then right click and come to this condition and say hinge at left, which is what? Left end, which is what? I'll click on it, then click on apply, and then click somewhere else. Can you see now? I've hinged this place. Can you see that this place is not hinged? Is that okay? So that's why it's very important to know what you are doing. So now looking at this one now, I can select this one now also. And at this point, I want to say, if you have not yet clicked on the like button, please do so, because by doing that, it will make people who are willing to learn this, how to hinge their beam and when to hinge and where to hinge, understand, that are confusing. This video will really help them. So how do you help them? Is by clicking on what like button and also subscribe for your own benefits, so that anytime we release video, you'll be notified. Is that okay? So that is that. Since this one now, they are both on I is to be hinged because there's no continuation of beam here, but at J there's a continuation. So I'll come to this one, the same thing applicable to this one. I'll press my control key, click on this one also, and if you look at this one also, you can see that at I also it need to be hinged, but again no hinging. I'll click on it. They have the same condition, isn't it? So all these places need to be hinged. So that's why I selected all of them. Right click. We are talking of at I. I'll come here now. Come to hinge at left end I. Click on it and then click on this. Is that okay? All right, so click somewhere else. Can you see it now? Hinge, and this one. Is that okay? So likewise, let's come to this place now. So click on this at J, and this one is also J. Can you see JJ? Is that okay? So I'll press my control key, click on this one now, and also at J. We are only hinging at J, not both side and not I. So I'll come here now at J. Can you see? At J, then apply to the selected beam. Click somewhere else. Can you see it now? So you can now see what we have achieved. So I'll come to this other side again. This also at J. Is that okay? This okay, we have done this one. This also at J. We are now hinging at I because this beam is continuing. Is that okay? So I'll right click now and say hing at J. Hing at J. Then apply to selected beam. Click somewhere else. Can you see it now? So that is that. Is there any place we have not hinged again? Okay, sorry, this one's supposed to be both side. So right click them, just do at I again. At I, then apply. Simple. Okay, so that is that. Any other place that we have not hinged? So you can now see this is how you go about hinging. And once you have hinged like this, and you have done your analysis and design, and you have done your detailing, the engineer at site, all he or she needs to do is to do what? Is to go ahead and execute based on the information that have been provided. Is that okay? So that is that. You don't hing at site. You have no business about on hinging at site. Where you do your hinging is what is in your design, during your design. Is that okay? Or during your modeling. That's where you apply hinging. Is that okay? All right, that is fine. And when to hinge, where to hinge is what I've just finished explaining, and important and the meaning and types of hinging that we have. Is that okay? All have been explained, which I believe it has helped you. Is that okay? To also help others that have not watched this video, please like and subscribe. Is that okay? So thank you very much. Till I see you next time in our next video. We want to say bye. Likewise, before I say that, you can see that we have done on on story 1. We have not done story 2. Click on story 2 and also do the same thing. Is that okay? You also do the same thing. You can click on this, then click on this. Is that okay? That is that. Which other one again? Which one I have to do with both sides? Okay, this one again. Select this one. Select this one. Which one with both sides? None again. Then right click and click on what? Both end hinge. Then apply to selected beam. That is that. Can you see it now? So that's that. So if I click on this place now, and this one also, if you look at this one, also the same thing. Am I correct? This one is also the same thing. If you are hinging this one, can you see JJ? I've selected them. So when I'm applying now, it's going to be on J. Can you see it now? On J side. Is that okay? So that is that. So this is how you go about hinging. So try and lay your hand and please practice, because if you don't practice, whatever thing you have learned, definitely will forget it. But in practicing, you discover that you might not need to watch video to achieve some things. Is that okay? Lay your hands on designs. This will help you a lot. Is that okay? So thank you very much. Till I see you next time in our next video. I want to say bye.